All right, guys, here we are to talk about Season 2, Episode 2 of Jessica Jones.
What up?
So we have confirmation that indeed is our boy from the first season that's been huffing drugs and going crazy.
Yeah. So, like, you wanna go on this little roller coaster ride with me? Because I was like, I kind of thought it was him, but I couldn't tell. And I'm like, I don't know faces and hoodies and all that bullshit. And then I'm like, I really hope it's him, because I really liked his character last season. I hope he's in this, right?
so much to grow
and
explore that character's nature.
Because really by the end there,
I hope his head doesn't get twisted around.
He had changed a lot by the end there, and I really thought there's a lot of opportunities there, and I liked that, right? Because it's kind of a fake out almost, because he was like a side thing in the first season, right?
Yeah.
He goes to walk off the roof, and she saves him, and then he's like back later, and like part of your brain's like, what are you doing? He's not a real character. Why is he back? We're out of extras. What happened? This is weird. And then it's like, oh no, it's becoming a thing. Oh, they're banging. Oh, this is becoming a thing. Oh no. But then he like grew on me when he starts to go crazy. When he's like, why don't you just go back inside, and like repeats it, and like and it's like a no soul, like no souled it or whatever it is.
Sure.
Like he doesn't even like the camera, nothing reacts, but then it cuts back to her, and she's like, what the fuck? And like you as an audience member are like, what the fuck was that? Wait, what? And the conversation keeps going. She like goes to the panic room and all that shit. I was like, oh, this is so awesome. I love this. And then he has this whole arc, and they fight, and all the shit happens, and she gets the drug, and it's weird shit, and I'm like, okay. And in my head, I'm like, oh, maybe he actually is supposed to be some comic book guy that I can't think of, and you wouldn't know, or whatever, some weird thing in like the Jessica Jones pantheon of people or whatever. Maybe not. Maybe nothing.
Well, maybe he'll go nowhere. Did you like, though, this weird selling of how it was? Like, he was clearly a deranged killer coming for her between the trailers. She shot him, and like it was nothing. If anything, he sparkled a little, like he was a god. And then, like, a moment later, without any reasoning or how it possibly happened, she has him handcuffed to a bed a mile away.
Yeah, so that was one of those things where it was like... what did I call? I call it like a fake out or something. It was like a dumb fake out, maybe is what I said. I can't find it because it was like he's like coming at her, and then it like cuts on Jessica slamming through the door and stuff.
Yeah,
and it's like, oh, my emotions or whatever. What happened? Oh, did she shoot or did she not shoot? And then it like cuts to her in there, and it's like, how did that happen? What happened here?
That
how
reminds
did she do
me of
that?
every TV show where like it cuts on a commercial break with like, "That's it, Lee. I'm gonna fucking kill you," and then it cuts, and it comes back, and they're like, "So what's the plan?" And you're like, Did I miss something?
I guess they put aside their differences.
All right.
I guess they put aside their differences, and also he moved from this part of the room to that part of the room for no reason, because it's like a different take of the same thing. Like, fucking, hey.
This was a horrible version of that, though.
Yeah,
I'm like, what? They're so far away. Did she carry him? He's like, because he seemed like he was a little crippled.
How is he tied up? There's no like handcuffed to the bed or whatever.
Yeah, I was like, where did that come
in
from?
like the set? Did he chase her? Did she get away? How did she get the drop on him? She knows self-defense, but he's literally like pupil, restricted, like Superman.
He also went from being what looked like a deranged psychopath to completely normal himself.
Yeah.
Drugs have worn off.
As if he unhulked or whatever.
Well, it all came out of the knee hole.
Yeah,
you see, all the drugs, they just come out. It's like when you get bit by a snake, they say, suck it out. If you're on hulked out, drugs, shoot him in the knee.
I'm laughing at a joke I'm not going to tell. No, I am. It's like Samson's ankle hole. It's like totally mixing up two things as a joke or whatever.
Yes.
Achilles'
hair, obviously.
Besides that, it was like, it's sad to see him go. Like, did you notice the flying man, who that was, whatever the fuck that happened there?
I don't know what I was looking at there.
I wasn't sure what I was seeing.
No.
But that's the monster. And this whole time I was like, it takes a monster to catch a monster. This will be great. And there'll be a whole thing and stuff. And the poor man's...
Yeah, you thought there'd be something.
The poor man's Thomas Jane or whatever the fuck it is.
The asthmatic.
Poor man's Ethan whatever. Hunt? Adam?
I
Ethan?
prefer Ethan Embry.
Aaron Eckhart. Poor man's Aaron Eckhart? He looks like somebody. He looks like a dead guy right now.
Yeah.
I'm sad about that. It's weird to bring him back just to do that, but I guess... whatever, he had to be that missing link. Yeah. It was clear from the earlier stuff, right? Because they were all saying, yeah, he's crazy. He escaped and all that shit. But he's just watching Trish and all that stuff. So I was like, there you go.
Yeah. Well, at least they didn't bring him back just to bash his head in with a bat.
What? Oh.
That's a Walking Dead callback.
I see. I was going to say. Well, at least they didn't make it seem like he died and then miraculously survived just to
I don't know why, but I thought he was dead.
Oh, that guy?
Did they not fake his death at some point? Because Jessica's like, he's alive also.
Oh. Well, I thought he got snatched up from the hospital.
I can't recall exactly what his fate was, but if you were to ask me before the last episode, I'd be like, well, he's dead.
Something happened.
And they're like, oh, he's back.
Yeah, so like I've been experiencing.
Speaking of dead, though, what's with the Jessica dead thing?
What?
There was a death certificate for Jessica in there.
I thought it was someone else.
I thought it said Jessica on it.
I thought it said someone else Jones.
Oh, did it?
Like her dad or
I
brother.
could have sworn it said
like
Jessica. I didn't pause or go back or whatever.
Oh no.
But
So
I thought it was a thing, and it showed like her hand through the window of the car.
Oh, I didn't know if that was her hand. I thought it was someone else's. It
could have been anyone's hand.
I thought for a second it might have been hers. But the tab on the side of the folder said Jessica in like handwriting, but the printed thing on the death certificate said like somebody else Jones. I thought.
Oh, did it?
That's what I thought because I was clocking that too, where I'm like, wait, what? But I did not.
I was like,
the
missing 20 minutes or days or whatever. She was dead the
she
whole
was declared
time.
dead, and she's still there.
Well, and then I had a thought because like if you cut back to the fast man, the whizzer, he's like, I jumped for the pool and I missed, and I'm like, maybe he died and they brought him back special. Like maybe this is their thing.
Everyone's a zombie.
Maybe.
Yeah.
She's very pale.
She's very pale.
She's freakishly pale.
She's walking dead.
A little bit.
Should we go back to the beginning?
Let's go to the
Are we
beginning.
done with Simpson or whatever?
Until I jump around again.
This opens on some great nice ass stuff. She's at a bar.
Yeah, did you not know that was coming? I was 100%. I was like, well, she's going to bang this guy.
Oh, when he said that?
Well, when she said, what did you just say? I was like, yep.
I didn't know what was going to happen, but I knew she wasn't just going to like hit him or something.
I pictured the hall of her apartment and like the kissing, rotating, smashing against the wall thing with clothes coming off. That's what I pictured.
Yeah,
I didn't picture the dirty bathroom.
It was much dirtier.
But I'm not a psychic. Just
Yeah.
play one on TV.
No, she was like, oh, you had to talk and all that stuff, and it's like,
Yeah, never
okay.
talk.
Yeah, you've already made, stop selling. You've already made the deal. You already closed the deal.
Yeah.
No, that's goofy. I guess that's how she's like destructively dealing with her problems or something like that.
She had made some offhanded comment either at the end of the season or the beginning of the season where she said, just drinking and sleeping with guys or something like that. And I was like,
yeah. She's like,
what are you doing?
I'll deal with it the same way I deal with everything else. And like rattles off several bad habits or
Yeah.
whatever like that. Yeah, I don't know. That's fine. She's at the bar though. I think that's the bar from Daredevil. That's like the bar or no?
It might be. What didn't make sense was she's at the bar making a phone call at 4 a.m. What time do bars close in the city?
Oh, the city never sleeps.
I know it doesn't sleep, but I feel like it stops drinking at some point.
The city may never sleep, but it stops serving alcohol.
That might be 100%. I'm not too often in the city drinking.
It's fake Gotham City. I don't know.
But I know here they're closed by like 2.
Wow. Here it's, Jersey's crazy compared to the rest of the world.
Yeah, 4 a.m. And like I'm like she had already smashed 3 cups. Now, assuming she didn't, 1 smash, 2 smash, 3 smash, because I think a bartender would stop giving you cups after 3 in a row.
Once you establish that type of a pattern,
you can assume she's like 10 shots deep.
Yeah, she can. I'm
She
assuming
holds her liquor pretty well.
and I assume she can hold it better because she's like super or whatever.
That's my guess.
I would hope so.
That's also just an alcoholic in general.
She's a small lady.
Hold, I know a lot of small ladies that can outdrink
pack
large
it away.
men.
Yeah.
But my point is just that at a certain point she's irresponsible as a bartender.
At a certain point, it's like you better be super, otherwise I'm guilty of whatever the fuck.
Yeah, because the way they were talking though, it didn't seem like they're friends or she's that much of a regular there.
Yeah.
So she shouldn't know her tolerance. You'd think at some point you'd be like, "You're 96 pounds." No.
No. I'm planning to drink.
Yeah.
She calls. Griffin answers.
I'm starting to think differently of him.
So this is the weird thing is I kind of let all the little hints and stuff just like wash over me and didn't trigger me to like watch those things. But since you brought them up, now it's like stuck in my head. When everything he does, I'm like, wait, is that a misdirect? What's happened? And I'm like super on it now. I'm pissed.
In The Punisher,
Yeah.
we thought for a little while, and then he became a bad guy. So you don't know if anyone's a bad guy until they're a bad guy.
Right.
But I at the moment I'm thinking that he's not a
that.
bad guy.
Well, I was thinking he was not, but then when he had all of her files open and all that stuff.
But that also, like, agreed that, like, that
It's like-
could be the tell for being a bad guy,
kind
but
of-
it's also the tell of a concerned person.
It's kind of too obvious, but he's clearly like he keeps mentioning the story and all that stuff. Like it's either a misdirect or it's a misredirect or something like that. Because I feel like the way that he said, like, well, I'm trying to figure out what she is and what's going on. I'm like, ugh, that feels like I needed to come up with a thing I didn't expect you to look over there or something like some weird. I was like, ugh.
But then
what's
Jessica
that?
went right to the files to figure out where she was also.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
like,
Oh,
it's all plausible.
It's completely logical. It could go.
I don't like his face, so I want him to be guilty.
It could go either way. No, like I like his face, and I thought he had a lot of chemistry with Trish.
He's no
and,
Foggy.
Oh well, I liked him and Trish together, especially now that
Sure.
Simpson's literally dead. I was kind of like, oh, this is cool, because when they were out at like, oh, we were going to the charity event, and he's like, what? She loves my dry humor and stuff. I was like, oh, this is okay. This is a thing. I like this. So
How long do you think they've been
so
dating, though?
I hope he turns
she's-
bad.
That she's even had a chance to like his dry humor.
For so long that none of the other guesses about how long it's been could possibly make sense. It has to be like several months. It has to be like
They're moving in together. So at least that long, because
And-
they're not
and-
that old to be like, we should have do it now,
Yeah, and they were not dating or like he didn't exist yet in the first season.
No.
So obviously they have to have started dating after the season ended.
Yes.
So it has to be
And
months.
we can't use drywall as an account, so there's no way of knowing.
Why fix the drywall now though?
Well, eventually you look at it, you're like, I should probably fix that.
Jessica doesn't.
Well, no, she doesn't.
Ugh.
But if you get fired so many times, you got to be like, well, I got to do this.
I like running gags like that. I gotta say, the whole thing.
How
where
do you think
she's
he
like,
gets paid?
I mean it this time. You're fired. And she goes, you can't fire him. And he's like, I'll see you tomorrow, boss. Like goes. I'm like, that's pretty good.
Because that's
Gets paid?
presumably his only job. He does get paid. He lives in the same apartment complex as her, so he has to be getting paid enough to pay for the apartment.
I feel like there's.
They did say at
It's
one
very
point,
cheap.
didn't he say he had rich parents
Oh, maybe.
and like a good college graduate or something?
He has like a tragic story of how he
Yeah.
fell down and stuff.
Well, did he even fall, or was he totally pushed?
No, like push. He even says to me like, "Oh, it's an addict thing," and I'm like, "Yeah, but that's not even. You were just totally pushed into that. He might just like be carrying that forever."
Well,
now,
I think
yeah.
once you've been forced to do a drug
Yeah.
for quite a time, you're still an addict, whether you chose
no, I
originally
know.
or not.
Like he has a thing now from that, which
Yeah.
is cool because I like messed up people.
What do you think the deal with this girl is going to be? Is that someone he met while he was addicted?
I thought that he had fallen off the wagon, on the wagon, whatever. I thought that he had like slipped
Is
up.
Seinfeld me here with the
'Cause-
wagon?
You're on the wagon. You're off the wagon. What's going on with the wagon?
Off
No.
the wagon's where you want to be. You ever try? No. On the wagon's
I
where
don't
you
know
want to be.
which
It's hard to drink. You want to be on the wagon, but his thing was falling off the wagons when you drink. He's saying you're on the wagon's better because it's harder to drink with the bumps.
When you're bumping around on a
so
wagon.
on the wagon, you're not drinking.
obviously.
Off the wagon, very
you fall
easy
off
to
the
drink.
wagon. You're just sitting there. It's easy.
Oh, right next to a turnip patch, just drinking.
Did you think I just fell off the turnip wagon? I don't know. She has cool tattoos, and I'm assuming because he literally like if everything is as on the nose as it has been, he literally went from saying, "Well, listen, I need stuff to do. That's an addict thing," and then it was like, "Ring, ring, hey, you up?"
Her
And it
name is
was
also
like-
on the phone as Teaser,
I
wasn't it?
know. Annette/teaser or whatever. That was awesome. Hopefully it's just some random sex, but he answered the phone like, hello? And I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I thought they might have done some, like some of the drugs. Some of the sex
I'm
and the
going to give my
drugs.
boy the benefit of the doubt and say he did not do
I
the drugs.
hope they didn't.
He just did the girl.
Because Malcolm's my boy. Speaking of sex and drugs, though.
Sure.
You like the segues?
Woo!
Holy shit. So,
Did she actually have sex, you think?
yes.
Do you?
Yes.
Do you?
Yes.
Do you?
I do.
I don't know if she got that far. I,
I
feel
think
like she
Carrie-
was still drugging and partying.
I think Carrie-Anne Moss is too classy to like portray that in like more detail, or for whatever reason the show didn't want to like really go there. But I think
I
that
guess.
the degree to which that it was implied was like sufficient for me.
The kiss with that one chick that was
Yeah.
not the one she picked up was like almost too graphic for me. Did
Yep.
you see that? Like the trail of
trail of
spit
spit.
between their mouths as
That was
they
an-
twindled
That
around.
was an award-winning trail of spit.
I was like, oh.
When Carrie-Anne, okay, I wrote down CAM is an actress in all capital letters because like that was awesome. She flashes them like a look when they're still sitting down and she's dancing, and just this like broken hopelessness, and the hair's a little like messed up. I just messed up my own life, but it was super. I'm like, oh, that's so like above and beyond. on? And she puts up this like chiseled, like tight jawed, like you need to get out of here right now and does all those things. But she like
get your shit and get the fuck out.
But she like broke down in that moment. Her eyes and stuff. Like go watch it again. It was fucking startling. I was like, this is awesome. I'm so glad this is happening.
Yeah.
And then like okay, the whole thing though was so weird because she's like hanging up on the PI. She zones out at the light and it turns green and all that stuff. And there's just a random hooker like there. I'm like, were you in the hooker part of town? Was this all planned?
I think all of it
What's
is the
going
hooker
on?
part of town.
I guess.
I
I don't drive a lot in the city, but no one's ever asked me if I want to party.
I've never been asked myself. Somebody told me that in our parking lot at work one night as they were leaving, somebody asked them if they wanted to party.
Hell yeah, I want to party.
I was like, what?
Old
in
enough
our
to party?
parking lot?
Yeah.
The fuck? But it's such a weird thing because I also half expected that prostitute to be a cop.
Me too.
You a cop or something? You want
Yeah.
to party? Oh yeah, I want to party. I'm a cop.
Let's go party down at the station.
Because I was like, what would make it better now? She
Yeah.
just won this triumphant award. She's
Yep.
like, in the public eye. This lawsuit
Exactly.
pending. Her health is dwindling. She's losing her shit, and now she gets busted picking up a prostitute.
Yeah, 'cause
I think it would have been almost as good.
I don't know that she routinely patronizes prostitutes, but I thought that like that would be this awesome collapse and stuff. I
Sure.
thought you were gonna cut to that, where like, yeah, she, everything broke down. She was like had a moment of weakness with all this bullshit, and she's like, you know what I do? Because she didn't say, yeah, I want to party. She was like, you know what I do want to party. It was kind of like that is how I like read it, and I was like, oh, okay. So this is this weird thing. When now she's like, listen, just post the bail and get me out of here. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. You don't understand. Everything's horrible. Everything's falling apart.
I like that little like sniffer thing she had. It was like a silver like Coke vial that just like is like. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm good. You don't hold it. I hold it.
I don't know how that delivery system works.
I feel like almost impossibly. It's a closed container.
It's like a bullet. It's crazy.
Pretty much.
Yeah. No, and I like the idea of like that first hooker being like the head hooker. And she was like, do you have any friends that could come party with us or whatever? Because she like motions to the other hooker to be like, get up now or whatever. I was like, okay, like this is interesting. And she pays that hooker or something like that. I'm like, this is kinky. This is
Why do you
good
think
times.
she paid like $600?
I don't know.
Didn't seem like an incredible amount of money.
I would have thought there would have been more money. I'm not sure about how much money I saw there. I didn't like that.
What's the going rate for a bunch of drugs and 3 hookers?
No,
$600.
I was gonna say like she might have already had all the drugs, I guess, and then the hookers were just like random hookers, but they were being like respectful enough of her like environment. I thought that they were like, I know the drill, and this is like a $10,000 hooker event, not like a couple hundred. Right? I got the feeling this was like, oh no, like. I'm buying you for the evening or something like that type of thing. And I was like, oh shit.
That's a little closes the jewelry box in her hand.
Like high class.
You know it.
High class stuff. But the other PI shows up. He still has his arm in a sling.
I hate that guy.
I
hate him so much.
I don't. Do you hate the actor or the character?
Well, I hate the character, which means the actor's really good.
I like what he's doing.
I hate him so much. Anytime you hate a character so much, that means the actor's really good, or their face is really upsetting. And I don't think it's the latter.
He's a super douche, and I really like. He's really capturing that whole thing because he's ex-military. He's PI. He's like got whatever, and he it was like he was disgusted with her for her lack of like discipline. He says something right, like, "Well, you should have done it today." Like, what do you mean, or something like that.
Yeah,
she's like, "Bitch,
today.
get the fuck out of here."
I always protect my clients. I hope you do the same.
And that's awesome that he's such a prick. But he's
it
like
broke through to her, and she then ended her session.
I love it though. That's such an awesome the whole thing top to bottom, right? Because he's like, I've been trying to call you, like everything's woven together in this beautiful like thing.
How did he even find her house?
Super good.
Like I understand he's a private investigator, so he can just do that.
I
but
know.
How unprofessional is that?
To just show up.
Yeah,
yeah.
You are a professional.
Well,
you are her client. You are nothing else. You are not a person that has the right to come to her house.
I was gonna say, she was and now you're. So
you ruin my Coke binge. I drop you as a client. That's my rule.
That's rule number one. Yeah, like they've had both types of client whatever relationship like back and forth now, where she hired him and now he's hiring her basically or whatever, or they're working together.
That's how you keep the money in the
Some
family.
weird thing, yeah. So like it's weird for them to go that like distance, but I was really happy with this. I like this development of the character and like what's showing, and then we just hinted at it, like she tells him to fuck off and then spills the wine and then kind of breaks down all that stuff. And
I couldn't remember. Was there anything? It's like the wife was the more designer of the thing. Was that carpet, did that have any specific sentimental value?
Oh.
I couldn't remember if there was anything thrown on it, but when she threw it on it, she like lost her shit. And I was like,
don't
oh man,
know.
was that a thing? I don't remember.
I don't know. I wasn't sure, so I was trying to like figure it out. The table's very like reflective, so I thought she might have been
Just caught her look at herself.
looking at herself like in the table after dropping it, or maybe something with her health, or just like the drugs and everything made her like are making her
Maybe.
fall apart. I just got like a general I'm falling apart vibe.
I thought she was
from
going
it.
to drop whatever her health problem was to us right then when
Or
she was
something.
talking to that guy.
Yeah.
Like, hi, God, blah, blah, blah.
I thought she might do it with the hookers or something like that, because I thought that might be the thing where they
Like a
might
nice
be.
cathartic experience.
Well, she's like, "Do you believe in karma?" and all that stuff. So I thought that might cut later. Maybe they're like in the bed in the covers or something like that. And then she says, my doctor just told me this or whatever." And then like maybe something horrible happens where they're doing something. And they're like, "You're old and weird." Then she gets all angry and kicks them out. So something else happened instead, right?
After saying, do you believe in karma, and that person saying no, she's like, you know what, give me another bump.
Yeah.
So like, it's that she thinks the drugs are bad and that bad things would happen to her for doing the drugs?
No. She thinks that she got ill because she's been such a bad person this whole time.
I just thought it was funny that asking for the other bump after the fact, because if you don't believe in karma, or you do believe in karma, which way leads you to the bump?
I just took it like she was like, you know what, I will take that next bump, because you're right. Like there's a lot, like a lot of bad people are doing fine. Like, why can't I be one of those people? You know what? Let's just keep doing the drugs.
Yeah,
Let's,
gotta be badder.
Let's keep doing the stuff.
Only the
Whatever.
bad survive.
Yeah. No, that was it. This was the highlight of the episode for me.
Yeah, it was a decent episode, but nothing great. Like, and we had deaths of major characters, but nothing crazy happened. There was no like really interesting scene for me. No, no great action sequence.
No.
More exposition.
We're not really into the action stuff yet.
I know,
So, we're still kind of setting up the things. We got introduced to like the bad super person.
Kinda, yeah.
Well,
We're aware they exist.
It's been confirmed that there is a literal like
Big
villain,
bad, yeah.
yeah, like monster person or whatever. I don't know if the hand's going to come back into it or whatever. We followed up on some of the leads. Jessica goes to the funeral. The dude's dead.
Yep.
Everyone's dying or that's surrounding the thing. She gets in a fight with a wheelchair guy.
I was gonna say, what did you think about that? My favorite line of the episode was right there when she said, "I said I wouldn't hit a man in a wheelchair. You are no longer in a wheelchair."
Not in a wheelchair anymore, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. And I liked just that guy just busts out, what is it, a blackjack or a Slim Jim or a...
That's a baton.
Buck, whatever. Yeah. Some sort of...
telescoping baton.
Sippity-poppity. I thought it was like a street name for one of those things or whatever.
A blackjack is a little thing that looks shaped like a shoehorn that you would whack someone in the back of the neck with.
If you were like a British cop in the 19 whatever 40s. No, I like that he was like bitch and like and just like took her down or whatever,
Yeah.
and then like goes fighting stance, and she has to be, and then like gets her in like a hold, like he's a badass. He's a motherfucking
Yeah.
the
Imagine what
man.
he was like when he had legs.
I was gonna
like,
say,
probably
this
a
dude's
boss.
fucking unstoppable. Yeah, so I wonder if because Simpson later confirms that dude didn't know what Kozlov was into.
Yeah.
So maybe he takes all types of patients, but only certain ones he's doing
Sure.
this program to, which makes sense because he was
Yeah, it seemed
more
like in
injured,
general
right?
that guy was a good guy. And,
Yeah. Just trying to do what was right,
Yeah.
and it just happened to clash with our main characters.
I wonder if we will see him again.
I'm sure of it.
I have a feeling, just because of how they encountered, and like he didn't believe it was an accident. He might be following up with some stuff after the death of that guy. He might be like, "Well, what's happening?"
Yeah. No, yeah, and I kind of, that was sort of telegraphed, the whole thing that like Simpson was involved but trying to do the good and there is a bad and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I think once Simpson turns up dead, if that's publicized or whatever, that dude's gonna know something's up and try to go to her to figure it out, something like that.
Yeah.
What was he into?
Do you think he has like fake awesome prosthetic legs that he
robot
wears
legs.
while he's like doing stuff?
Robot legs for secret missions, and he does know what's going on with Kozlov, and Simpson didn't know that he knew. And it was all ruse. It was le ruse the whole time.
He's actually a ninja star, and he's the one flying around.
I was just gonna say he's the flying guy. That's it. We've cracked the case.
Cracked the case.
I hope it's
you heard
not
it here.
that guy. I hope
God,
it's not
no,
that
it can't
guy.
be that guy.
It better not be that guy.
It's that guy.
He can fly because he's so much lighter.
Yeah,
he
you
doesn't
know.
have legs.
He just breathes in helium balloons.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Maximilian, Trish.
Yeah, so that's a little unsettling. I
find out
do like that
more
he
to the
gets
story.
filmed. I don't know why he would go and give her the thing when she said, "Oh, go forward." It's like what 20 years later. I don't know that people would believe it. This is not a world with the Me Too movement in it.
It didn't quite happen yet.
No,
it was brewing.
But I think they would have had him walk out of the closet saying, "I filmed you. You're gonna say it." I think that would have been a more effective way to deliver this. But punching him in the face was just as good, I suppose.
That was a whole interesting vibe there. I didn't know if they were leading up to like a love interest moment between them or whatever. It turned out, I think, to be that he was just happy. Like it's an interesting step for Malcolm, right? Cause
he's coming into his own as a character.
Well, and like Jessica's actively like, no, stay home. It's fucking superpowers. Stop it. Just text me the address.
Well, he was finally dealing with something he could deal with. This is just humans.
And
Trish, he is a fit man.
Recruited him.
Yeah.
Well, and you get to see the abs earlier during like the waking up in the next morning scene, right? But Trish like recruits him, right, and gives him that chance to go like do his whole thing.
Do you think she paid him?
Randomly punches a dude. I don't know.
I'd like to think Malcolm's getting his.
I don't think money exists in this world. I think it's just
weird.
this convenient plot device or whatever.
Yeah.
But I liked him walking away smiling and like punching the dude. I didn't like how he was filming from the bathroom and then his only way out, the only plan was to have the guy conveniently leave the trailer. And I was like, what? Or something like that.
Well, even if he interrupted him when he said, like, "I got your camera, bitch, fuck you," and just walk away.
Yeah. No.
You finally realize why Jessica hates the mother so much, though, because she like put her into child prostitution.
Pimped me out for this, whatever.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. I like that a lot. Because the mother's a bitch, and we got the whole scene with her in the beginning. I liked that whole thing with her.
Well, yeah. And, I like when in any movie when someone breaks a door dramatically. I like, what am I going to do on my door now? What would you do about your door? It's the middle of the night. No one's coming out there. What do you do? Move a bookcase real quick so you can sleep?
Probably.
What do you do? Like honestly, if your front door,
we have several doors.
But assuming you only had one and I broke it, what do you do?
I'd be like, what happened on my door? And then the scene would end.
Because honestly,
what about my door?
You sit there all night, hope no one robs you? Like,
basically, I don't know.
At least she has the convenience of being in an apartment, so like the outside's not going to get her, just whoever's on that floor.
And hopefully, like
it's a pretty rich floor.
She's still rich, right? So she can be like,
yeah,
I can't believe this. Get Jason over here and build a door. Whatever the fuck.
Still, if it's after dark, most likely not going to get a door done that day.
Emergency 24/7 door repairman.
Yeah.
Hello, ma'am.
You might be able to call the superintendent and be like, "Hey, I need a door from an apartment not being occupied right now."
Just get a screwdriver.
Just stick it right in the middle.
No
one can walk over this.
And just sit in a chair and be like, "I will shank the next person that comes in here and tries to rob me." No, I like finding out more about the history between them and why they hate and all that stuff. I like that the guy didn't admit it and was still being a smarmy prick even when it was one-on-one with Malcolm. She crawled into my bed, okay? Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
He admitted it in the first place, though.
What did he say?
He's like, come on, you were 16. I was 15.
Right,
you were a grown man. You wanted it. I did not want it. I would have done anything for that part. Yeah, you did, or whatever she says.
It was good. He's a frick. When you couldn't see his face, I was like, oh my god, it's Ethan Hawke, or whatever, and it was not Ethan Hawke. I was very upset.
No.
That was not Ethan Hawke. I don't know if the words he said count as an admission, because
they would not look good on you.
No,
if it came out.
They would look really bad. I don't know if that's the kind of proof that they wanted or whatever. And also because she left defeated, ends up crying, and then he has to slink out and stuff. So it was clearly like they didn't get what they were trying to get out of the whole deal and all that stuff.
Yeah, but, I think they would have wanted a little bit more than that. But I do think that if you were to blackmail somebody with putting that out in the public, they would probably pay to avoid it, especially if they're rich.
Yeah.
And if that information you want is just the phone number of somebody, like...
Yeah, what's going to happen? Okay, so she's going to try to press forward with the footage, and then he's going to be like, my nose is broken, I'm going to charge him with assault unless you drop this. Or whatever.
No. She won't know who it is. He'll give her the information. He'll have the black eyes and the broken nose, because that's what's going to happen. He's going to say, it's like, here's your damn information. I don't want your goons coming after me. And then, like, either Jessica will be there, or she'll call Jessica and go, did you hit Ma? I didn't hit Baba. Then who? And then she's going to realize who it was, and she's going to give him a hug. She maybe cry a little bit and say, thank you.
And
then you better give him $200 because he deserves that.
And then
there's no sex is on the table.
I'll pay your rent.
She's not a whore anymore.
I thought where you were going was that she was going to assume that Jessica roughed him up and all that stuff.
She is.
Yeah, but like that,
and then when she realizes,
that'll be enough. I don't even know if she'll have to realize that it was Malcolm. I don't know if this is going to be like a big thing going forward or just like a small thing. I hope it's a big thing. Do I hope it's a big thing?
It'll be an emotionally big thing, but it'll be a very small part of the rest of the series, I think.
Malcolm earning his whatevers. I told you I could take care of myself. By jeopardizing this case, yeah.
I can take care of myself. I can beat up old men who don't know it's coming.
Hey, you gotta start somewhere.
It's true.
Gotta take baby steps.
Take a W wherever you can get one.
Exactly.
What else happened in this episode? Anything of note?
Well, we wanted to loop around. I think if the last thing, just talk a little more about the Wizard.
All right. Oh, the Wizard's apartment was pretty dope. So the Wizard has a fucking mongoose, and he's got the hamster tubes running all over the goddamn place.
That you would like that for some
reason. As
a
kid, I always wanted a hamster, and I wanted those tubes.
With a lot of tubes.
Those tubes I thought were so cool. But as an adult looking at those tubes, you're like, how expensive are they, and what is actually holding them together? It's a tiny half twist. I'm like, I think this is not safe.
No, and I think as a kid, everyone thinks those tubes are awesome. I think as you imagine yourself living in a world of tubes. But like
a McDonald's play paste in your house, this is great.
But as an adult, you go, those tubes are just full of shit.
Yeah, how do you clean them?
Disgusting.
You don't clean them.
No, he doesn't clean anything.
What's even attaching them to the wall?
There was a lot of duct tape involved.
Seems like a very sketchy maneuver. And you think that he always had the wood across the windows, or was that a thing to keep him safe recently? Was that an aesthetic choice?
With him, I don't know, but I like the line, with great power comes great mental illness or whatever.
Yeah.
That's pretty great. Just because it calls back to that famous Spider-Man line that we've heard delivered so many times before.
Uncle Ben was
before various Uncle Bens have to die in various reboots of Spoderman. No, I don't. The Wizard's apartment. I didn't like how the cops are there suddenly and she has to leave and all that business. It was goofy. With give him hell, you mongoose.
I wanted 20 seconds of what the hell is that? Yeah, I think that would have been funny.
That would have been funny, but completely, even more.
I was glad she opened the door, not to attack them so much, as I'm like, well, it's going to die in there.
I wanted her to close the window, though.
Yeah. But you got to reach behind you, close the window.
She's powerful.
It's a whole thing.
No, I just, if that kind of thing feels out of place, like I would have loved the kind of thing you're talking about, but that would have been even more out of place. To have, a weird off-camera, it's got my ankle, hurry!
Mongoose could certainly fuck some shit up.
Okay. Ricky Tikki Tavi.
You know.
Etc. And speaking of which, more like dumb drama, her new superintendent, Oscar.
Yeah, what a fuck.
Lies. Yeah, he's a fuck. I'm not sure where they're going with that, because at first it was purely
At some point, she will get some dirt on his ex-wife and get him custody, gain his respect, and he will fix her door that eventually will break again. Is
her door still broken?
No, again. Oh. It'll break again. She breaks it every 4 or 5 days.
You mean after it breaks again,
yes.
He'll be like, I fixed your door. Okay, I could see that, because at first she said something like, oh, you don't like people like me. And he kind of doesn't, but then brings it back to his kid and all that stuff.
No, he's a racist, but with a loose cause, I suppose.
I mean, because it's about the kid, you're not supposed to hate him, so I figured there'd be a redemptive thing in his future or something like that. But yeah, lying to the cops. Bad times.
Yeah. I don't know what he thought, I always think it's funny when you hear people's rationales, and his is that he doesn't want any trouble on him, blah, blah. If he already made a statement, I don't understand what she is bringing him into. I get, yes, technically he has to talk to the cops one more time.
He's talking to the cops.
But that's not that big of an inconvenience. It's already happening. You could just tell the truth.
Yeah. I think it's very contrived. It feels forced again to me. I'm not sure about it.
I guess he doesn't want to be the alibi for a mutant who could be guilty of something. But
he's just saying what he actually saw.
It did not appear that she did anything. Yeah.
Well, and what is he even confirming that she was on the street when the guy died? Isn't that bad?
Yeah.
I was kind of shocked when she was like, "You motherfucker" or whatever. So I'm like, wait, I thought he was lying for you, and this was going to be a good moment between you or whatever. And it's
no.
Oh wait, you needed him to say that you were out there. Why is that good?
They think she knocked over the scaffold.
She did it, yeah.
Yeah,
but
and he would say she didn't, and then
she was standing there. Yeah, I see all that now, but at the time I thought him not seeing her there meant that she couldn't have done the bad thing either.
Yeah,
the whole thing. But the script decided to take it the other way, and I was fine with that too, I guess. But no, I think you're on the nose with that. I think it'll be something with the custody. She can do magical things.
She's got magical powers,
such as return dogs by stealing them.
Yeah.
We didn't mention that last time.
I actually loved that. I love that so much, yeah.
When she shows up with the dog and he's like...
Because it's one of those great things where it's like, trying to fuck me, eh? I can fuck you.
Yeah.
Because I don't give a shit. And then she literally fucked him up.
Yeah.
Because she didn't give a shit. Then went to jail.
I like when you say things twice and they mean different things each time.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Fact.
I can do things that he can't do because he's a by-the-book, prep school asshole. Here's my card. Whatever.
Yeah.
Not good times. That's the episode. I guess we're going to find out what the fuck this flying nightmare is that kills Simpson.
Yeah,
And some
because
other
it seems
bullshit.
to have some interesting powers. It can drop scaffolding. It can twist necks all the way around. Interested.
I thought the fact that I don't I'm
You have a speculation?
Oh, I'm not. I don't. I'm not. Well, we're gonna see. Hopefully, if not next episode, the episode after. But I'm not liking. I thought there was gonna be like. It could take an hour to explain this.
You thought it would be less physical and more supernaturally in power, like it'd be able to do things that would make things happen rather than actually twist the neck?
So, like, in Season 1, she fights the Purple Man. And that's great, because unlike in Luke Cage, it isn't just like, I'm also Super Punch Man, and you're Punch Man, and we punch each other, and you can't hurt me, and this stupid, like, I liked Cottonmouth versus Luke Cage. I like Daredevil versus Fisk. I like when something's like, oh, like, because I have this criminal organization, or because I have leverage on your whatevers, or I know your secrets, or whatever the fuck. That's interesting. Not just like who can like punch or kick better or like do whatever. So I thought, oh, Season 2, we're gonna keep that theme going, because Jessica can break down like any walls that are like before her, but like she can't do anything with like the Purple Man's thing until she could. But like this would be something else where they can. It's like telekinesis or probability, like we were speculating, right? But if it's twisting off Simpson's head and flying over them or whatever.
Oh, we didn't actually see him die. He could have tripped in an unfortunate way and his head snapped back.
I guess that's entirely possible, and I would like that. So maybe this is a brilliant misdirection as well. But like the car accident and the scaffolding, and he tried to drop an air conditioner on me, but I'm too fast, and all that stuff was leading me down a path of like, oh, cool. So now Jessica has to worry about bad luck and Mr. Magooing her way through like weird shit happening and all that stuff, instead of just like eventually punching this thing until it's dead or something like that. So fingers crossed, but we'll see.
All right, guys, so that's this episode of Jessica Jones. Let us know in the comments below what you thought about it. Don't die in a fire, and we'll see you next time.
Hello, internets. I just love watching JustDaggers. If you've enjoyed this video as much as I have, click that subscribe button. Peace out, homies.